all starts with
the young and beautiful Chloe changing to her tantalizing lingerie. She works as an escort and she's damn good at it. A client walks her out from a hotel, opens a taxi door for her, and gets a final feel for her legs one last time. Mommy, long legs. Meanwhile, Catherine Stewart, a gynecologist, also known as a vagician, observes the flirty scene from her office window. Then her assistant calls her attention and informs her that the last patient for the day is ready. Catherine then checks the patient, who works as a ballet dancer for a living. She came in to check with Catherine about not getting any orgasms from her puppet master. The doctor gets it right away and assures the patient it's not mysterious or magical, it's simply from manipulating a specific part of the organ. She then tells the patient that she'll give some pamphlets of some sort to take home. Most men probably need this pamphlet as well. David Stewart, Catherine's husband, who works as a professor, gives out an outstanding and interactive lecture. A female student raises her hand and invites the professor to dinner. Every male professor's dream. David politely declines since it's his birthday and he has a plane to catch. Catherine had prepared a surprise party for her husband back at Stewart's residence. She invited dozens of people over. Later, her son Michael arrives with his girlfriend Anna. Quick background. Their mother-son relationship has deteriorated over the years, and Michael has grown somewhat indifferent to his mother. Catherine calls out for her son, but he ignores her and heads to his bedroom upstairs. Reminds me of my relationship with my mother. She's dead. Soon after, the phone rings and Catherine rushes to pick it up. David tells his wife that he'll be late since he missed his flight home. While David is on the phone, a female student waits for him in the background. With not much option, Catherine announces to everyone in attendance the bad news. The following day, Catherine wakes up and sees her husband already dressed up. David apologizes for not attending the party and tells Catherine that he'll be late again tonight due to some work-related activities. After the brief exchange, David heads right away to his office. Later, while checking on the gifts, Catherine sees Anna half naked going out of Michael's room. She then confronts the teenagers for the inappropriate behavior and asks them if they're using banana peels. On her way out, she hears a phone vibrating from her husband's jacket, picks it up, and sees a message from one of his students thanking him for last night. Uh-oh. In the evening, the Stewart fam and Anna attend a musical concert. After the performance, Catherine and David split up with the young couple. The husband and wife head out to a restaurant to meet with Frank and his date. Moments later, the waitress comes over to ask what they're having, and David asks the waitress for her choice instead. Catherine looks down, somewhat disappointed that her husband is being a flirt. Catherine excuses herself to the comfort room and then hears a woman crying in the next stall. She asks if everything is fine, and the woman evasively replies that she ran out of toilet paper. Catherine hands out a toilet paper, and the woman says that men are buttholes, to which Catherine agrees. As they tidy themselves in the mirror, Chloe tries to give Catherine a hairpin, to which she kindly declines. Later, Catherine sees Chloe return to her table, uninterested in her date. The following day, Catherine visits a hotel bar that Chloe frequents in search of potential clients. She then buys Chloe a drink and lays out that she suspects her husband of cheating and wants to test her husband's loyalty by sending out Chloe. Ooh, smells like trouble. Oh wait, that was actually just my dog. He just farted. Chloe heads over to a coffee shop the next day where David frequents. Moments later, as expected, David arrives, and she goes to work. Chloe leans over as she borrows sugar from David after returning to her table. She smiles at him, clearly trying to seduce him. David smiles back. Later that afternoon, the conniving duo meet. Chloe describes the encounter with David as friendly, and that he didn't really hit on her. Curious, Catherine asks Chloe how she does it. Chloe speaks openly about herself and tries to see the good in people of all walks of life that she comes across, including Catherine. The doctor then pays Chloe and tells her to meet with David one more time to see if he's genuinely loyal. Evening comes and Catherine observes her husband from their bedroom. She sees her husband on his computer, apparently chatting with someone and having fun doing so. Later, she overhears Michael and Anna talking about splitting up via video call. When Anna's eyes widen, Michael looks back and sees his mom. He angrily springs to his feet and closes the door. Catherine heads downstairs and tells her husband about their son's breakup. She feels guilty that she might be the reason they broke up. David assures his wife that he will be okay, then the couple takes turns taking a sip of the scotch that Catherine got for his birthday. David took the opportunity to thank his wife for the scotch and the party he couldn't attend. The following morning, Catherine overhears his son talking to David on the phone, comparing how he met his lover to how Catherine and David met, a story Michael always admired. A smile escapes her, reminding her of the good times. Then, Catherine receives a message from Chloe asking them to meet at a restaurant. Later at the restaurant, Catherine informs Chloe that she's feeling better about her relationship with her husband and that she doesn't need Chloe anymore. But Chloe reveals that she met up with David, describing their meeting in detail, disturbing Catherine. Chloe shares that she went with David to lunch and ended up in a garden where they shared a kiss and more. The info upsets Dr. Snatch Mechanic. Chloe gets on her bike and pedals away as Catherine struggles to get out of a tight parking space. Chloe's bike skids on a patch of snow and scrapes her knees in the process. The two go back inside and Catherine tries to help by patching up Chloe. Later, Chloe then continues to describe her naughty meeting with David. She tells how she kisses David in the garden and gives him an erotic massage. The OB-GYN Kenobi awkwardly asks if Chloe is infected with any STDs, to which Chloe reassures her she's clean, and she can now even present medical documents. Afterward, Catherine drives home and takes a shower. As she washes, she pictures Chloe's encounter with her husband and starts playing with herself. After cleaning herself, she goes to bed. Meanwhile, David, who's by her side, his face pinched with anxiety, or he's just holding in his fart. Chloe visits Catherine's office the following day to show her medical documents. She notices Michael and hears him telling the receptionist that he's there to pick up his tuxedo. Michael then heads to the back and starts photocopying his musical sheets. Chloe follows him at the back office and starts her favorite band, unbeknownst to him. Later, Chloe hands out Catherine her documents and tells the doctor that she'll be seeing David again as agreed. Afterward, Michael then gets his tuxedo, and as usual, he's indifferent toward his mother. Catherine eats out with her friends when she gets a text message from Chloe asking her to meet her at a hotel. She excuses herself and soon arrives at the room where she finds Chloe wearing only a bathrobe. Chloe tells Catherine that she and David did the dirty deed earlier. She describes the encounter in explicit detail, but it arouses her rather than breaking her heart. Feeling for Catherine, Chloe kisses her on the lips, and Catherine kisses her back. Shocked by the sudden display of affection, she leaves abruptly. That evening, Catherine attends her son's music recital where he plays the piano in front of a fair audience. She sits a few seats away from her husband. Catherine leaves early when her husband goes to talk to a female student. She meets up with Chloe, and they go inside a hotel room. Catherine then starts undressing the youngster and tells Chloe to do her like how David does it. She starts off by kissing her neck, then working it until they end up erotically pleasuring each other. After, Chloe tries to give her hairpin to Catherine, but she remains silent. Catherine goes back home to find her husband waiting for her. David asks his wife if she's been unfaithful. Catherine angrily lashes out and tells him that she's been meaning to ask the same question. David stays silent. The next day, Catherine arrives at her office late and finds several missed calls from Chloe, as well as an email with a picture of them in bed. This prompts Catherine to call Chloe, asking where she is. Turns out the doctors didn't notice her in the waiting area. Chloe enters her office with flowers in hand and asks her if she enjoyed last night. Catherine admits that she did enjoy it, but concludes that their business is finished. Chloe confesses her love for the doctor, but she doesn't feel the same way. Catherine apologizes for the blunder, thanks Chloe for the help, and pays her as agreed. Heartbroken, Chloe leaves the office crying. Wanting revenge, Chloe stalks Michael during his hockey practice. Michael commits a foul, which causes him to be sent to the penalty box. Chloe grabs the opportunity to strike a conversation. She admitted that she knew he would practice through social media. She then talks about his picture with his mother. Later, she then gives Michael a CD of her favorite band, at which point he admits that he has already downloaded their music. What the heck even is a CD? In the evening, Catherine meets up with her husband at a coffee shop. She confronts him and tells David to lay it all out if he's been having an affair. David admits that he lied on the night he missed his flight because he hated attending parties, but denies that he's cheating on her. Meanwhile, Catherine's eyes widen when she sees Chloe walk in. David looks back and sees who it is. He appears not to know Chloe and asks genuinely who she is. At this point, the doctor realizes that Chloe lied and that Chloe made up the encounters with her husband to come between their marriage. Catherine apologizes to her husband for not trusting him and admits she became insecure about her age and appearance. Midlife crisis. Aside from that, she confesses her erotic encounter with Chloe. Although the news shocks David, he still remains calm and understanding. He then embraces his wife and kisses her. I bet he wanted a threesome at this point. Can't blame him. Envious, Chloe goes to Catherine's home and seduces Michael. The young man lets her in and leads her to his parents' room when she asks. While having bonking, Chloe gets aroused while looking at Catherine's material possessions. Michael tells her to look at him instead, but she ignores him and continues. David is at a meeting when Catherine arrives at their house. She then heads directly to the bedroom and undresses when she notices Michael in the bed. She calls out to him, and to her surprise, Chloe is beside him. Michael starts to run, but gets confused when Chloe talks to his mother like she knew her. Catherine pushes her son out of the room and locks the door. An angry Chloe then accuses Catherine of using her. Chloe blurts out that she invited her into her life, used her, and threw her away when she got what she wanted, like her male clients. Money isn't enough to make Chloe go away. Catherine asks Chloe what she wants, and she replies that she wants a kiss. Catherine kisses Chloe. Meanwhile, Michael runs to the other side of the room and witnesses the girl-on-girl action. Upon seeing Michael's reflection on the window, a shocked Catherine pushes Chloe away. Chloe falls on her back to a window that breaks. But Chloe manages to get a hold of the window frame but decides to let go. She smiles as if satisfied, and she falls to her death. The movie ends with Michael's high school graduation party. One of the guests comes up from behind Catherine and talks to her. As she turns around, she's seen wearing Chloe's hairpin.